Good evening, and thank you so much for tuning in to this bulletin with us here at Hope TV Newswatch. My name is Joy Mochache. I'll be taking you through our update tonight. Our sign language interpreter is Fiona Wallace. How about we just begin? President William Ruto led a Kenya Kwanza Alliance campaign in Vihiga County to rally support for their bottom-up economic plan and the strategies that have so far been put in place to reduce the cost of living in the nation. The rally began in Vihiga and proceeded to Nyanza, Kisii, Nyamira, Kakamega, Mumias, Mayuba in Sirisi constituency and ended in Webuye constituency.
Nimemwambia gavana wenu.
President William Ruto today commissioned the Last Mile Water Supply project in Vihiga County, where 400,000 families are expected to benefit from the 1.7 billion shilling project that was initiated across Vihiga County. The president used the opportunity to ensure Kenyans that plans have been set in place to lower the cost of living, where he said those in lower rank of economy will see their children get university scholarships when time comes. Touching on various topics, he emphasized the need to focus on development in various sectors of the economy and lowering the cost of living in the nation.
Sisi tulikubaliana ya kwamba tupunguze gharama ya maisha. Ni kweli ama si kweli? Sisi tulisema tupunguze gharama ya unga. Mimi nataka niwaambie hivi. Unga haitoki kwa soko, unga inatoka kwa shamba. Kama unataka kutatua tatizo la unga, enda shambani.
President Ruto explained that agriculture is the best means to use in lowering the cost of living by reducing fertilizer prices, which will also allow easier access of fertilizer to farmers who will benefit from their harvests.
Mimi niliwaambia tutapunguza gharama ya mbegu ya mbolea. Mwaka huu ile mbolea mulikuwa mnanunua 7,000, nimerudisha mpaka shilingi 3,500. Kama kuna maandamano mtu anataka kufanya, afanye maandamano ya kwenda shambani kwenda kulima.
The president also spoke against the Azimio la Umoja demonstrations, which he said leave the nation economically affected, adding that the violent aspect of maandamano has caused unnecessary loss of lives and destroyed property needlessly.
Mimi nimewaambia hao watu wa kupanga maandamano wawache mchezo. Nimewaambia wawache mchezo. Kama wanataka maandamano, kwanza warudishe watoto wao wamewapeleka kule bunge ya East Africa. Na waweke bibi zao na watoto wao mbele ya maandamano. Wasitumie watoto na familia ya watu wengine kufanya maandamano na watoto wao wako nyumbani. Hiyo ni upuzi.
President Ruto concluded by emphasizing that Kenyans should unite in moving forward as the elections are finished and there was no need to cause strife in the nation and that the citizens should focus on their business.
Nimekuja hapa mpango yenu ya maendeleo. Tunaelewana? Kwa sababu tulikubaliana na nyinyi ya kwamba tukimaliza uchaguzi sio kitendawili itaanza, ni maendeleo ndio itaendelea. Ama tulikubaliana namna gani? Hata hawa jamaa wanajaribu kutuletea kitendawili ya maandamano. Mimi nimewaambia hakuna maandamano, wawache upuzi. Nijue kama tunaelewana. Tunaelewana watu wa Vihiga.
Reporting for Hope TV, I'm Joy Mochache. Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has stated that the government's agenda is on track and that nothing will divert President William Ruto's attention from the task at hand. The government is focused on achieving its plan and that Azimio la Umoja's weekly protests are unnecessary. While speaking in Mbale, Vihiga, as he accompanied President William Ruto at the commissioning of the Vihiga Cluster Water Supply Project in Lunyerere Sabatia constituency, where they affirmed Kenyans that they are working on modalities to ensure that the cost of living comes down. Mudavadi said the Azimio protest portrays people who do not respect the Constitution and the rule of law and commended President Ruto for steadily implementing the projects he promised Kenyans.
Lakini sisi tunasema tunataka tufanye maendeleo na rais ataeleza zaidi. Sisi hatuna wakati wa kupoteza kwa sababu hawa jamaa walituingiza kwa shimo ndani ya shimo ya madeni. Unasikia? Kwa hivyo sisi lazima tujitetee, tutoe wa Kenya kwa hiyo shimo ambayo ni ya madeni. Namna hiyo. Tuko pamoja hapo. Na yule ambaye atatuongoza ili tufufue uchumi wetu na turekebishe taifa letu la Kenya ni Mheshimiwa William Samoei Ruto.
Leo nimekuja mambo ya maji. Wakati nilikuwa hapa niliwaeleza kuna mradi wa maji. Sasa hiyo mradi wa maji tumekamilisha. Tumeweka pale 1.2 billion ya maji ya Vihiga County. Na kupitia hiyo mradi wa maji tumejenga damu kubwa pale Kaimosi. Na hii maji itakuja Kaimosi, itakuja Shamahoho, itakuja hapa Mbale, itaenda mpaka Chavakali, itaenda Maseno na itaenda mpaka Luanda. Hiyo maji sisi tumepanga vizuri. Tayari tumejenga damu, tayari tumeweka tanks ambayo itakuwa ya storage, na mimi nataka niwahakikishie treatment works tumeweka pale Kaimosi treatment works. Tumeweka hapa Mbale treatment works. Pale Maseno tumeweka treatment works ingine. Na mimi nimekubaliana na gavana wenu. Kwa sababu sasa tuko na maji. Na maji imejaa kwa matank. Na wananchi hawana maji. Sasa safari ya kupeleka maji kwa manyumba yenu inaanza leo.
The Azimio la Umoja leaders have announced that demonstrations will take place on Wednesday only this coming week. While reading the joint statement by the opposition during a press briefing at the SKM Command Center, former Murang'a governor demanded that the immediate release of their leaders and supporters who are still in custody. As Tess Njengana reports, the coalition has accused the government of unlawfully raiding Azimio leaders' homes.
After 3 days of protests across various parts of the country where scores have been left injured and some lost their lives, the Azimio la Umoja coalition has condemned the government for its alleged security measures. The Azimio leaders have said that they will not be cowed, further announcing that demonstrations will take place only on Wednesday this coming week.
The demonstrations will be on Wednesday. We have said it will be one day on Wednesday, from 6 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, while giving apologies for 3 Azimio core principals, including ODM party leader Raila Odinga, who were unable to attend, added that the Roots party leader George Wajakoya has been under house arrest. The Wiper Party leader further called on those engaged in the demonstrations to maintain peace during the demos.
So we therefore have reached a conclusion, peaceful, and we stress, by the way, peaceful and armed demonstrations. We call on our people to remain vigilant on that core.
Kalonzo also confirmed holding a meeting with international representatives and ambassadors at his residence without revealing the details of the talks.
Ambassadors, actually 4 of them, the American ambassador, Meg Whitman, the British Chargé, and the Danish ambassador, as well as the representative of the United Nations community in Nairobi, and in fact at UN offices, the very high ranking, came over to my residence, and we agreed we will not at this stage address the media. Of course, they're all very concerned, not just them as ambassadors, the international community.
Usawa kwa Wote party leader Mwangi wa Iria, who read the joint Azimio statement during the press briefing, has said that the opposition is not willing to engage the Kenya Kwanza government, adding that atrocities had been meted out on some citizens. They demanded the unconditional release of Azimio leaders and supporters who have been arrested, further demanding that the government ceases to raid their homes.
Azimio leaders are being put under house arrest, constant surveillance, and persistent threat of being arrested. We demand the unconditional release of all the Azimio leaders and supporters who are still being held incommunicado.
They have also accused the Kenya Kwanza government of planning a genocide against the Luo community.
Stigmatization and polarization accompanied by propaganda that the community is behind the nationwide protests. There is preparation, with perpetrators knowing when to attack, which area, and they are using what appears to be the adopted slogan of dealing with Luo once and for all.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Tess Njenga.
Thank you, Tess Njenga, for that report. Moving on, the family of self-proclaimed former Mungiki leader Maina Njenga is now calling on the police to produce their kin, dead or alive. Speaking to the press, the family, led by Maina's lawyer, Ndegwa Njiru, has condemned the police boss, Japheth Koome, for failing to honor the court's directive to release him. Ndegwa has said the continuous holding of his client by the police is an abuse to his fundamental right as a Kenyan citizen. At the same time, the vocal lawyer has called for the release of the political blogger Pauline Njoroge, who is said to have been arrested today at Watamu in Mombasa. The leaders of the United Nations resolution in Kenya are increasingly accusing the government of using police indiscriminately to harass the citizens of the country and even kill some of them. Speaking at the Mukwa High School in Bubula constituency, local MP Wamboka Wanami has regretted the government's decision to dissuade Ngina from her safety, accusing President William Ruto of failing his decision. Wamboka has, however, maintained that they will support the efforts of the Kenyan opposition leader, Raila Odinga, by pushing for the repeal of the 2023-2024 budget law.
Unaweza piga watu risasi usiku na mchana, kila siku, vile sasa wanapiga watu risasi. Lakini Mungu si adhumani. Kila mtu atakufa. Sasa mimi naambia Mheshimiwa Rais, chunga kabisa hiyo line unachukua, kuua watu ovyo ovyo, hata wengine watoto wadogo wanawapiga risasi. Kwa sababu watu wamesema maisha imekuwa ngumu, ushuru imeenda juu. Mama Ngina alikuwa bibi ya Kenyatta. Kenyatta yule rais wa kwanza wa Kenya. Mama Ngina amekuwa na security sio kama mama ya Uhuru Kenyatta. Amekuwa na security kama bibi ya rais wa kwanza wa Kenya. Ngalingalino wicha na onula, ukikuja kunyang'anya mama mzee kama huyo security, wewe una roho gani? Una roho gani? Na kila mtu ana mama, hata Ruto wewe una mama. Hata Ruto wewe una mama. Vile una deal na mama wa wenzako, ndio vile mama wako atashughulikiwa. Na power is transient. Wewe leo ni rais, kesho utakuwa mwananchi wa kawaida. Sasa mama yako akiwa hapo, mtu akikuza yeye, wewe utafurahi.
It is a new dawn for the Methodist Church of Kenya after the election of a new presiding bishop. This marks a new beginning for the church that has been marred with leadership wrangles in the past. Bishop Isaiah Deye emerged top by garnering 281 votes, now becoming the 7th presiding bishop of the church. In his inaugural speech, Deye has joined in calling for the peace and cohesion of the country, condemning the recent demonstrations that have resulted in violence and death. The church has also urged President William Ruto to give an ear to the issues affecting the country.
The Methodist Church in Kenya joins the other religious institutions in condemning the demonstrations which are being witnessed in the nation recently. We have watched Kenyans lose lives, property, and others hospitalized due to the ongoing demonstrations. As a church, we are calling for unity and peace among our political leaders. We urge Kenyans not to allow political leaders with selfish interests to destroy our homeland and push us into destitution. Kanisa la Methodist ninataka kumjulisha ya kwamba limechukua mkondo wa uwiano. Tunataka sisi tayari mkituona hapa tumepatana. Viongozi wamechaguliwa na sote tumeridhika.
The church is a space that welcomes all people of God. But then we must make it very distinct. And as a Methodist church, we maintain very categorically that our pulpits should not be used to advance political agenda. Otherwise, outside of the church spaces of worship, we would like those politicians to engage with the members, because at the same time also, they speak on social and political issues that concern us as well.
Good news for Kenya, as President William Ruto said that Kenya is eager to expand connections with China in order to spur economic growth in the country. He was speaking today at the Nairobi State House during a high-level meeting with Wang Yi, who is a member of the Political Bureau of the Central Committee of the Chinese Communist Party and director of the Central Committee for Foreign Affairs. President William Ruto stated that the government will collaborate closely with China on infrastructure development, climate change, ICT, education, and security. He noted that Kenya is particularly focused on road development under the China-Africa Cooperation Forum. The president noted that the government plans to upgrade the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport as well as the ports of Mombasa and Lamu. The Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service, Felix Koskei, has warned parents in Marsabit County who fail to send their children to school that they would be detained and punished. He directed local government authorities to take forceful action against parents who refuse their children the right to an education, which is granted by the Constitution. Mr. Koskei is on a two-day tour of development initiatives throughout the large county. He noticed an unusual tendency in the county where girls outnumber boys in primary and senior schools. However, due to early marriages and underage pregnancies, the region has seen a high drop of rate among the girls.
Muhakikishe ya kwamba wasichana wameenda shule, na kwa hivyo lazima tujenge hiyo girl school, na nimekubali mimi niongoze hiyo kujenga hiyo shule hapa baka ijengwe baka iwe tayari, ili watoto wasichana wa area hii wapate boarding school ili wasome hapa, wasiwe na shida ya kwenda mbali. Pahali akirudi kutoka shuleni inasikia vijana wanaanza kushika hao barabarani, so wasome hapa. So ninaomba wakubwa area hii mutafute shamba, murejiste hiyo shamba kwa shule, mufate title deed. Hata ukiwaachia mtoto wako ng'ombe, ngamia au shamba, ng'ombe inaweza uawa na ukame, shamba atakuja kuuza na atabaki sasa akiwa maskini, lakini masomo inabaki kwa akili yake na atakuwa mwerevu na atajua vile anaweza endesha maisha yake.
And kwa hii financial year we have operationalized 2 sub-county units in the country. Now across the country we have close to 30 units that are supposed to be operationalized. Na core sub-county ni moja wao. So yangu ni kuhakikishia hiyo mpango inaendelea, and within the next 3 months we will be able to operationalize the sub-county.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content, of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries, with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station, with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
The CITAM missions team has ended a week-long mission tour in Olotrot, Marsabit County. The team was accompanied by a group of medics from the medics on a mission group who rendered free medical services to residents in the area and their cattle. Our very own David Odamo has been with the team, and despite the spread of the gospel to reach many, the medical services offered to Olotrot residents has been quite challenging for the team as they encountered several hurdles. The group of medics is now calling on the government and possible partners to support in educating marginalized communities on health issues. And as we play that, I will sign us out. My name is Joy Mochache. Grateful for all the help that we've gotten in this bulletin, our producers, our directors, as well as our sign language interpreter, Fiona Wallace. I wish you a pleasant night ahead.
We have been able to reach out to several villages. That is, we would say 7 villages, a full location. We are grateful to God for that. We have gone as far as 28 kilometers from Oltorot, and I'm sure that the people in other villages, as it is reported to us, are very happy for taking the gospel to them through treating people and their animals.
Among the most prevalent conditions in this area for these medical camps that we've had for this past week include teniasis, both in adults and children. And one of the notifiable conditions is anemia. Last year when it came in, we had a high number of anemia cases. And for this year when it came in, the anemia was not in the general population. We had it more predominantly among the expectant ladies, and there are so many in this area. The reason why I think the anemia is so prevalent among the expectant ladies in this area is because the ANC clinics are not attended, and the expectant ladies don't get the ANC profile.
One of the challenges that I've come across as a nurse is that most women over here don't even have awareness about any cervical cancer screening. They don't have awareness about family planning and so on. So it's good that more partners will partner with us so that we can offer such knowledges here.
We are handling the dewormings using ivermectin. And most of these animals, the major challenge is mainly the drought. Most of the time we are not able to handle the animals because they are far off into the grazing lands. Like right now we just have the camels. The sheep and goats are in small stocks, and mainly the flock is very little because some of them have gone to the grazing lands. But it is a nice experience.
Kwa hivyo sisi tunashukuru sana hii kanisa yetu ya CITAM. Tunashukuru sana kwa kuja kuwapatia madawa na kufanyia sisi kanisa hapa na kufanya maneno mingi hapa. Sababu mara kwa mara tuko nao hapa na bado wametuletea dawa. Hapa ni borehole sasa mbali tuko. Mahali sasa wanatudungia ngamia, mbuzi wakiwa na dawa yao na wanadungia bila malipo. Kwa hivyo tunashukuru sana.